Welcome to our interview. Before we start our interview, we'd like to sponsor our new magazine. It's about a story about slaves and the traders. Now we begin with our interview with one of our guests, John. John was a slave for 5 years straight, and he was always getting passed by different owners, and he was exchanged for goods. And that's how it goes, John.
I appreciate it.
How was the feeling of being a slave? What was the struggle?
It was difficult. They took me away from my family, friends, and my own tribe. It felt as if all the freedom I had once before was deprived of me.
How did you end up being in Europe?
I went out hunting with a small group of my friends. We saw a pale-looking man. He looked strange. We went up to him, but as we got closer, a bigger group of them appeared. They grabbed us and tried to stop. We tried resisting, but one of my friends ended up getting killed. They tried to show us who was in charge. We were terrified of this death and fearful of those men. So we followed their command and entered the boat.
What do you think about what would happen after, John?
I thought they would end up killing us, but they would have done that already. My friends were afraid they were cannibals, that they take people like us, kill and eat our own people, and return for more. But I didn't want to think of that. I tried to have hope that something good would come out of the situation, yet that hope faded away when they loaded us into a small area of the ship with many others. It was cramped and hot. We were all suffering down there.
Were the other people in the good condition?
For the first couple of days, yes, they were in good condition. But eventually, the area we were living in became more unsanitary, disgusting, and the heat would bother us for days. Many started to become sick, so the white men would grab them by force, take them out to never be seen again. We all believed they died. Many people started to lose faith and become mentally unstable, so they killed themselves or just starved to death. One by one, my friends would do the same. I urged them to keep going to have hope, but they didn't, and now they're dead.
Now, John, how did you survive all these events happening to your life?
Surprisingly, the way I survived was by never giving up. Through the death and suffering of all the people around me, I told myself to keep going. If I ever wanted to see my family ever again, I'd have to keep moving no matter what happens.
And I'd like to show you with our second guest later. Welcome back to our interview with our new guest, William Jones. William Jones is a famous slave trader for 3 years.
Hi, how are you doing?
Great, so we here to talk about your slave trading. So most people want to know, how do you feel for trading slaves?
No, they were put on this island to be slaves, so I don't care one bit.
How did you find your slave?
I would have them sold to me in return for weapons and goods.
When did you start your selling slaves?
I first got into the business with my father, who had been selling slaves previously for many years.
During your trips on selling slaves, did anyone die?
During our trips, many slaves died due to sickness and other things.
Did you make a lot of money by selling slaves?
I would make a lot of money due to the quality of my slaves.
Okay, that's it for our interview.